Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And today we enjoyed Appleton Estates. That's not right. Jamaican rum.
Got that right.
Jamaican me crazy. And we got some people in his house.
We have Jazzy Jeff first out the box. I feel he's been like first or second like every week now. Don's always here. How's it going, Delightful Don? Super Stevens in the house.
You don't even highlight him anymore?
Oh, sorry. Go for it. Go for it.
Hello.
Super Stevens in the house.
Well, Steven.
Awesome Antiquarian.
And thank you for being a member, Antiquarian. And of course, thank you for being a member, Don.
A lot of Don going on here. Awesome Aaron is here. How's it going, buddy?
You didn't click how she said she didn't buy anything for
a couple months.
Sales are okay. No buys in a couple of months.
Well,
I'm almost there, Don. No buys in a couple of hours. So I'm right behind you. Right behind you.
Makes sense. It makes sense. Let's see. Dandy Dave's in the house. How you doing?
And thanks for being a member.
Awesome Adrian's in the house.
Thanks for being a member.
Fabulous Flippin's in the house.
And thank you for being a member.
And we're ready to rock and roll.
And we are. So we'll start it off as we always do. How are sales, everybody?
All right, I'll start them off.
Thank you.
Amazon's been average or above average. Happy with that. Adult sites, Shopify's been pretty good. The new adult site, ASO, has been excellent. We just did almost 10,000 in July. So
it's even better when you get paid.
That is true. I would like to get paid. And, we're not giving away $300 in free inventory either. But anyways.
Couple of things on that there. There was a mix-up on an order, Mr. Magazine's. That's what he was saying. So they're tracking down an order. Something got sent out to the wrong person. And they do not have a easy setup for deadbeats the way that they do on other sites. So it's a little more difficult. Long story short, you have to have your own way of getting paid on there. And you're not supposed to use PayPal because, of course, PayPal doesn't like the adult stuff. So you've got to set up different ways of doing it.
Speaking of PayPal, so we had this overseas buyer on there. He spent a couple $100. And he listed all the stuff that he bought on PayPal.
Oh.
And I told my manager, I go, just reach out to him, tell him he can't do that anymore. We're going to risk losing our account, and we may have to ban him. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but, we can't afford to lose this pay. I've already got kicked off one PayPal.
Yeah.
Anyways, DVD sites doing well, average. And the worst two sites are eBay and Whatnot right now. Whatnot, I'm getting murdered on records. I don't know if they're cheapskates or they're colluding or what's going on, but we just aren't selling a lot. We're selling a lot of records, but just for the base price. No one's competing with each other.
Well, let me ask this question to you, Mr. Magazine.
Okay.
Are you seeing the same buyers or are you noticing a couple of fewer buyers?
We're seeing the same, but some are going out and some are coming in. So, there's a group of, say, 10 or 12 that are always in there. A couple might miss it or go in for half. A couple might. And then we got always a few new ones every week, So,
well, the reason I'm asking is because Whatnot more than any other site has it where you've got the 10 buyers regularly and then 2 of them stop buying from you. And it's nothing against you. They just don't go on the site.
Sure.
And now you've got to get 2 new buyers or else you're down to 8 regulars. Then you're down to 6 regulars. Then you're down to 4 regulars because people spend too much money on that site. They honestly do.
And I think that's what's happening. But then again, my 2 sellers are telling me we get 20 to 30 regardless. At any show, it seems decent. But then we're only selling, if 20 or 30 in it, we're selling to 5, 6, or 8 people.
Right.
And one guy's buying a percentage and no one's a big chunk and no one's competing with him. So it's a little frustrating, but we're going to stick with it and see how it goes. I can't give up on it. I got too many records to give up on it. And eBay has been horrendous over the last week or two. Today might have been the worst week in
what did you
years.
ask me? What did you ask me today?
I think I said, is eBay shut down or something going on? Because I had 3 sales by 2:00 and usually I have 23 sales by 2:00. So it was crazy.
Yep, and I think that Mr. Magazine got the situation that I had where I had the 0 sales day. Another subscriber had 0 sales for 36 hours. That gentleman last week I was telling you about with 66,000 items had 3 sales over 2 days. I think Mr. Magazine, it was his turn to have his server turned off for a day.
Yeah,
and it's not fun.
You're talking 200,000 listings that are on sale with offers. That's just crazy to me.
Well, 66,000, 3 sales. So
And when we do the bolos, I'm selling decent items. I'm just not selling enough of them.
La Paper Passionista.
La. How's it going?
Ciao, and thank you for being a member. And La Paper is starting to do Whatnot auctions, so do check Whatnot out. She's taking all Mr. Magazine sales from them.
Oh, very good. Congrats.
Not going to yard sales. No, that is true. In Orlando for library sales. My cart temp said 109 degrees. Oof. Oof.
Jackie Jack, how's it going?
And thank you for being a member, Jackie Jack. Sales so, decent weekends, and then some small ones today. Can't complain overall. There you go.
Oh, thank you. Is this the one I went to this concert? I went to this concert at the Rich Stadium back in the early 90s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
crazy.
Sales aren't good, but buys were great. There you go.
That's all that matters sometimes.
Sometimes that's nice. Did a state storage clean out today. 27 totes with money boxes and crates of record albums, 3 totes and motor boxes, books, a wide variety of musical instruments, and assortment of other items. Cool. Nice find. Hello, Frizzy.
Frizzy, how you doing?
And thank you for being a member. July is my best month until this week.
All right.
Wow.
Very cool.
Kind of crazy on that.
Donald's in the house.
Had a sale 100-ish that would have brought me to my throttle level. Buyer wrote a feedback to complain it smelled, and a seller shipped it in a used box. Banhammer.
Crazy.
Who cares? A box is a box. Did they get there safely? That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, exactly.
Guten Abend, and thank you for being a member. Second eBay store today. Oh, cool. Good job. Nice. Cool.
Very
nice
cool.
On that there. Having fun over on Whatnot. eBay as usual. Slow.
Hi. What?
Apparently, Mr. Magazine couldn't care less how my sales were.
Oh, I forgot. Well, I mean,
how my sales are.
We just did a bolo, so I know. No one else knows, but I know. Why don't you tell them what your sales are?
All right.
I didn't want to waste too much time. If he's stay here with all the sales, we'd be here till 10 o'clock tonight.
Big news. I'm up to 1% buy box on Amazon. I'm finally out of the buy box prison.
Yeah.
We're up to 1%. Anybody who sells on Amazon, if you have some kind of a strike on your account, they basically put you in timeout. You do terrible sales for a period of time until it passes. I had 0% buy box for about a month. I'm up to 1%. So apparently I am slowly being let out of the penalty box, as it were. So that those sales will pick up. Whatnot's been hit or miss. Some shows are really good. I had a $271 show today with books. I had a $24 show yesterday with advertisements. So some are good, some are bad.
Summertime, sadness.
And Chinese food makes me sick. I like girls who wear Abercrombie and Fitch.
I don't see that up on the screen anywhere.
An eBay buyer asked me to ship their Madonna poster to another address after it had been delivered to the address on record.
I get those crazy.
Yeah, we'll get right on that. We'll get right on that.
Bro. Super Schmidt's in the house. How's it going?
Hello, Schmidt. I haven't seen any of my auctions lately. eBay's been well enough. Hasn't been great. Hasn't been terrible. It's been, it's okay. Can't complain. Everything's been okay overall. Roller coaster across all platforms. 18 out of 47 on promoted. Offers, 154 old, 349 total, 312 last week, 247 a year ago. So 100 more offers, 147 2 years ago. Wow. So I'm getting 200 more offers I can send out than I could 2 years ago. Kind of crazy. 2 items on $1 Million Peddlers, 5 on Etsy, 2 on Biblio, and 3 on papergoy.com. For some reason, papergoy.com is in Fuego. Figure that one out. Don't understand that. How about buys? Anybody out there buying anything in this 109-degree heat?
So good news, bad news. I bought 2 large record collections, 2,500 records each.
Is that the good news or the bad news?
That's the good news.
Okay.
So it's about 5,033 RPMs, and I think a couple 1,045, so about 7,000 records that I plan on putting on Whatnot. The problem is my one niece, I can say she's having surgery, right? Because I just said that, but I'm not going to go into specifics. But she's out of commission for a couple weeks.
Sure. And she's not going to sue you.
No. So she does my Whatnots Monday through Friday. So she's out of commission. So no Whatnots for 2 weeks with her. And then my other guy, the weekend guy that works the 12 hours and 2 hours on Thursdays for Whatnot, he wants to cut his hours back, scale down, and spend more time with his family. So now I got all these records coming in. I'm trying to juice up my sales because Whatnot has been putrid for me lately, and I don't have the firepower. So I have to, I guess, spend this time as I'm healing with my leg. I can't lift a lot of stuff yet, but next week I feel like I could be at 80-90% to start stepping it up. I guess I'll just start getting records ready to sell, and when they're ready, we can pump them out again.
You know what I've noticed?
What's that?
You have a strong voice and a very good presence on camera. You know what you need to sell on Whatnot? A strong voice and a very good presence on camera. And you're really good at doing roll call when people come in.
April Fools.
I think I'm seeing a potential way for you to solve that problem.
Like we spoke on earlier, maybe an hour here and there I can do, but I certainly can't replace 12 hours on the weekends. I do not have anywhere near that type of firepower, or just don't have it in me.
I would agree with that. However, 1 hour of you is worth 12 hours of James. Nothing against James.
Nice. Thank you. Well, not for nothing, he got a $40 tip from the crowd for showing his feet.
Okay.
And he got $10 one time just for taking his plaid button shirt off and wearing a t-shirt. Okay. So it is a crazy crowd.
We got an interesting crowd over there in the record section. Yeah.
He's throwing all that away. Just for, you know, just for 24 hours a month instead of 48.
For his foot only fans.
Yeah. Exactly.
Wow. Oh boy. Wow, 10,000.
Could be pretty cool.
That's a good deal.
I mean, the early stuff, the pre-World War II stuff's got to be good, right?
That deal, you can't go wrong with that whatsoever. Buying like a madman, garage sale season is very short here. Yep. Yep. Wow. Ew. Yeah, absolutely. I've heard many people who had H replacement surgery dread the procedure, all were elated by the results, hoping you have a speedy and solid recovery.
Yeah, it's only been a little over 2 weeks, and I've been cleared of everything except submerging into a hot tub or a cold tub. So it's not too bad.
Nice.
So I got the cane. I feel like I'd like to hit the gym soon. Maybe just treadmill, easy peasy, maybe Friday or Monday. So, all right.
I'm not getting competitive, but I will not be showing my feet. There you go. Usually this is when Mr. Magazine asks what I've been buying, but apparently he doesn't care today.
I would say it's the medicine, but I'm off the medicine, so I don't know. I am very tired, and my family breaks my chops. So like I get home early, because I don't sleep well at night now. Until this is completely healed, I still have a little soreness, so it's really uncomfortable sleeping. I'm in the bed, I'm in the recliner all night long, printing orders in the middle of the night, And then during the day, I want to get some work done. So I'm working a couple hours at the shop, a couple hours at the warehouse, limited. And then at some point it gets a little sore. So I want to come home and relax. So I start sleeping in the, late afternoon, and they're busting my chops. All you do is sleep. And I'm thinking, when you guys are sleeping, I'm the one that's awake, whether I'm working or not. But I mean, I do get tired right now.
So Mrs. Paperboy, she'd been a little fitful for a little bit. And I said, in the morning, I says, how'd you sleep? She looked at me, she goes, with my eyes closed. So that's what I have to put up with.
It's funny. My mother-in-law gave me the thing that goes over your eyes. It covers your eyes. And I did sleep better in the living room.
There you go. Yeah. Here you go. Well, Mr. Magazine doesn't care, but I'm sure the rest of you do about any buys that I may have. Oh, thank you for asking.
We know the answer is yes. It's a lot, and it takes up some time. So go for it.
So I went to the Adirondacks. It was desolate. The Adirondacks. Have you ever been up there?
I don't believe so.
Basically, wherever you are, everything's about an hour away from it. That really is just the way that it is up there. You jump in your car and you drive an hour, don't even think about it, because that's the next big town over that you're going to be going to. Exactly. About 50 dealers there. It was very, very odd in that in the town that I was in, there was a little thrift store in the corner.
Oh, nice.
And I always like to have a book to read. I forgot to bring a book. So I said, all right. So I went to the thrift store. I found a book, which I ended up reading, and I'm going to be putting it up in a Whatnot auction. So I got the book in my hand. It's, it's not worth much, but $2. I want to read a book, whatever. And Miss Paperboy found a pair of shorts that she wanted because she forgot to pack shorts. And we're looking around like, how do you pay? How do you pay? Then there's a thing on the wall, a box on the wall with a thing that says
honor system.
Yeah. Put your money in the thing in the wall. Give good vibes.
Oh, nice. All right.
I'm thinking to myself, try that here in Rochester. See how well that works. They'll steal the box. I'm just telling you, they'll steal the box off the wall.
My shop has a lot of junk in it, like House of Guitars. But like junk, like I should do that. Just clear it out, so I don't have to waste my time throwing it out.
Put a box there. Put money in there. Then we went to Tupper Lake, another town, and they had a little storefront there with a little garage sale. And they're like, yeah, get what you want, bring it next door and pay for it. They weren't even paying any attention. You could have taken everything, walked out of there. And I'm going, they're really, really trusty up here.
Yeah, nice.
Or they got a lot of junk they want gone, one or the other. I was spending $470 at the Adirondack show. Wow. So well enough. Mr. Magazine ended up giving me $500, which he's going to give me again today because he owes me money.
We discussed it
We
Friday.
did. Is that what we said?
We did.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
my memory's gone.
Well, obviously mine is. I keep forgetting to pay you.
So I will be going to Mayville this weekend for a nice show. If you're down in the Chautauqua region of New York State, it's worth heading down there as well. Yeah, that box would be long gone up here. So I got a phone call when I was up in the Adirondacks, and I wasn't able to get the phone, and the message showed up 3 days later. Meanwhile, the guy had called another time, but I answered the phone, but he didn't say anything. Called him back. Turns out he's a gentleman setting up in Mayville. He said, "Hey, are you coming down to the paper show this week?" I go, "Yeah." "Oh, good. I'm getting out of dealing. I know you like to buy large lots of stuff. I'll have large lots of stuff for you."
Cool.
I said, "Oh, okay." So apparently that business card that I handed out last year is paying off this year. So don't know what I'm buying, but we'll be buying a bunch of stuff. So that's pretty cool. I'll be bringing it over to Whatnot, I'm sure.
So I'm assuming no Mrs. Paperboy Friday.
No, she's working Friday.
Is
We're not.
she?
Yeah, the show's not till Saturday.
Oh, okay.
It's only a 2-hour drive.
Good.
So,
Nice. All right. Good for me.
And also when I was in the Adirondacks, you're going to laugh about this, Mr. Magazine. I got a email from somebody that I know.
Confucius?
Yes, Confucius himself emailed me. I got an email from somebody that I know.
Okay.
Said, "Take a look at this. I'm looking at this house. Would you buy these books if I buy the house?" I take a look at the house. It's the mystery book house.
Wait, so how's he able to buy the books? They're already sold.
Exactly. But we weren't able to get them out in time before the showing of the house.
Oh, okay.
So he took pictures of the books.
Did you say Sosadi?
I messaged him back and said, those are actually my books.
That's funny. That's good stuff.
So apparently I'm pretty successfully known as being the book buyer around Rochester, giving it random people that I know see lots of books. Like, I know a sucker that'll buy these from me. Glitch of the week. Thursday morning, eBay was melting down. I wasn't able to do much of anything for about 10 minutes, and then it fixed itself on Thursday. Then there was another problem this morning. Have you had any problems relisting in the store?
I have not. No.
System temporarily unavailable. Please try listing again. But the glitch of the week belongs to eBay. Surprise, 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 surprise. They had an offer in email for a 20% off coupon that you could give, and you could have some of your store stuff featured as like end of summer coupon.
Okay.
Click here to sign up. I go, well, I'll click. I'll read about it. I click there. It goes, you are signed up. I go, wait a minute. What did I just sign up for? I'd kind of like to know what I signed up for. I'd kind of like to read it.
Yeah.
So I then was able to find where it said what it was. You get the 20% off coupon that your buyers can use. You get the full money now, and you will be invoiced from eBay in middle of August, early September, so whenever the program's over, for that 20% difference. So if you sell something for $100, you get $100 today, but then eBay will then invoice you $20 a month from now or 2 months from now. I'm like, okay, got to definitely keep track of that, because otherwise you're going to get some good check, and then nothing in your check because it'll be taken. Yeah. So they sent the link out today. Apparently, I signed up for it yesterday. It didn't start till today. They sent the link out. Little button there to click in your email to get to the portal. You click it. It says, okay, click above to log into eBay for the portal. Hit the login. It brings up the page for the coupon portal. Brings you right back to the login page. You click it, keeps doing it. So they sent you a broken link. Only eBay could do that. Only eBay can do that. Do you print any postage over on eBay, Mr. Magazine?
Yeah.
What do you think about the change that you've noticed?
Yep. I haven't noticed a change. So.
Oh, really?
I mean, I do print on there, so I don't know what it doesn't seem like anything's changed for me. But
it says at the top now how long the label will be valid.
Oh, I did not
So you
catch
print it,
that.
it'll say like valid until August
Okay.
4th or something other like
well, I
that.
guess that's good to know because we have to cancel some sometimes.
But here's my question. It's valid till August 4th. I don't send something out. Am I automatically refunded or do they just keep the money? I think we both know the answer to that. I think we both know the answer to that. So I sent offers to watchers out. Do you do that, Mr.
How
Magazine?
nice of Don. It's what a sweetheart.
You send offers out to watchers, right?
Yes.
Did you send that out? Did you send them out this morning?
Yeah, I always do. Every day. I do it probably twice a day.
Did you get a little note at the bottom of the page when you did it?
Again, hit the like button for my memory.
It popped up on the bottom of the screen very, very quickly
Right.
after I sent offers out.
Yeah.
It said, "Nice work. You successfully actioned an opportunity."
I didn't see that. Again, I'm printing from 11 at night till 4 in the morning, so I'm half asleep.
Nice work. You successfully actioned an opportunity.
I gotta pay attention to that.
I actioned an opportunity today. Medium mail labels for less than retail. Medium mail never discounted before. Oh, I did not notice that. Huh.
Yeah, everything else went up, and eBay medium mail went down.
Yeah, I know the medium mail went down in general. Yeah. Apparently, some people are being forced on eBay when they're bidding, according to e-commerce bites, to get a code to bid, which slows down their whole bidding process. Or if you don't have a phone nearby, have you had that happen?
No, but it kind of reminds me of the Shopify site where my customers have to like set up an account, and some are too lazy to do that, and then they like just don't buy it. They leave it in an abandoned cart.
But the winner for site change / glitch of the week is Mr. Magazine. So I have
Please don't ask me. Please don't ask me. Please don't ask me. Go ahead.
I have a computer that I use over at Mr. Magazine's store. And it's been running really badly. And he was nice enough to have one of his coworkers or one of the coworkers there wipe the machine and get it working well. And it's working fine. They weren't able to change the way that the screen sets, but they didn't know to do so. No problem. However, I went to log in and I type in the password and it doesn't work. In fact, as I'm typing in the password, nothing happens whatsoever. So I'm checking, did they not plug in the keyboard? I go, well, wait a minute. I pushed the space bar and it brought the screen up so it's plugged in.
It's working.
What the heck's going on? Is something wrong with the keyboard?
How come you didn't tell me this Monday?
Because it's better to do it on the show.
Right. Go ahead.
I don't like talking to you. So I type it in again, and it was some letters with some numbers. And I type in the password. Nothing with the letters. And then the numbers work. And I looked and I go, it says PIN. I bet she set it up for a 4-digit numeric PIN.
I'm sure you can guess that correctly.
As opposed to the password it was. One try, I hacked into the system.
Well, I think they're all set up on that same account. They're all kind of linked on there. So like, she asked me about that too. I go, yeah, just do that.
Well, I'm glad that you told the person who needs to use the computer at 11 o'clock at night, so they weren't sitting there pulling their hair out trying to figure that one out. Communication is the key to reselling. I read that somewhere. Site change. We did the site changes already. Item of the week.
I don't know how I'm so successful.
Do you know what this is, Mr. Magazine?
It looks like a NASCAR ticket.
Always look through tickets when you get them. I bought this at Allentown. A gentleman had a pile of NASCAR tickets, $1 a piece. I bought 180 some exactly every week, Jack, every week. I picked up 180 some NASCAR tickets off the guy for about $150. So you can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Started looking through. Do you know what this is, Mr. Magazine?
Well, it's got a date on there, but no. What is it? Winston Cup? Daytona 500.
Daytona 500. This actually is from Dale Earnhardt Jr. or Dale Earnhardt's last race.
Wow.
Yep. It doesn't go for as much as you think. It's about a $30 to $40 piece. But still, the gentleman, there are two of them in there, and the gentleman had no idea, didn't care. He had just bought a whole pile of them.
Wow.
And I said, I think that could be a better ticket. So, yeah, you never know what might be in there in the tickets.
So you looked it up and so forth then, obviously.
This one I did, yeah. Just because I said, I think that could be a better ticket.
Yeah.
So I don't do NASCAR. I don't know much about NASCAR, but now I am the proud owner of 2 Winston Cup tickets. But here's the crazy thing about it. The original price on this was $205.
Wow.
So $205 originally. It has collector value, and it's only worth $30 to $40. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's definitely pretty cool. And solding off for the week, there's only one that I had. Mr. Magazine didn't send me any. I had a National Geographic magazine from 1909, which if you watch the Bolo videos, those are decent magazines. Asking $54.25 on it. A gentleman offered me $15. I responded back, this isn't the common issue from the 1950s. I've sold about 25 of these at full price. I'm not taking $15. Oddly, he didn't accept the $48 counteroffer that I made to him. Countdown to Brimfield.
Go ahead.
We were just at Brimfield in the Adirondacks. We may go next year. We haven't decided yet. We did enjoy it up there. We probably will go next year because it is a nice vacation. Don't know about the real Brimfield. Oh, Confucius joke of the week time. So Confucius goes to school. I don't know if you know that or not, Mr. Magazine.
Oh, I'm sure.
His father asked him. Corny. That's what his father calls him. Corny, because
Really?
that's short for Confucius.
Gotcha. Okay.
Corny, how was school today? Confucius said, not good. I had to stay after. I didn't know where the Philippines were. Dad said, well, in the future, try to remember where you put things.
Yeah.
His dad's as smart as Confucius.
That's a good one, yeah.
His dad's just as smart as he is because he thought he misplaced the Philippines, and that's why he had to stay after.
Gotcha, yeah.
And they call him corny?
Yeah, gotcha.
Wow.
Good stuff.
We need Mrs. Papergoy to come in special guest just for the Confucius joke.
Yeah. Probably would be funnier.
Customer issues. Guy says we will not ship to him. Mr. Magazine will not ship to him. He's in the UK. Unfortunately, it shows Zimbabwe as his area, so he may have a UK address, but obviously Zimbabwe is what is showing up in the system. Mr. Magazine got a email that he sent to me, and he didn't tell me if he answered or not. I would not answer. The gentleman said, let's say I got blocked from a seller, but if I change my email and password, would I be unblocked? Do you know?
Yeah, like, why is he asking me? Like, I didn't answer anything. Like, well, I want to deal with this person.
Exactly.
Like,
It's like, I'm pretty sure you were blocked for a reason. I'm not going to
we
give you
probably
help.
blocked him.
Probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably. There you go.
True.
I know Dawn from time to time has used the word snarky to describe me. Maybe at times I can be a tad bit snarky. I got a neutral feedback, Mr. Magazine.
Wow.
The gentleman, I sold a picture to him of somebody from the Buffalo Orchestra. Shipped it out to him. He never contacts me. He offered me half price, low price on it, whatever. I got a neutral. Photo had a condition issue. Maybe mention that in the description, is what he said.
Mm-hmm.
So I answered back, maybe a little bit snarky. I responded, from the condition area, condition all capitals, which is where condition, all capitals, is generally noted. Moderate wear, crease on bottom corner. Seller has over 50,000 positives and free returns. Maybe reach out prior to leaving feedback? And then I blocked him. So was that snarky?
Well-deserved snarky.
So I got a neutral for putting the condition in the condition box is what I got a neutral for.
You'd be surprised how many people do not read that on eBay or on Amazon. They just go with the title and that is it. You know, people ask like, what's the size or what's the measurements on these shirts and stuff? And they're literally in the description. You know, they just don't read it. They're in a hurry or whatever.
I love getting a neutral for putting something where it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
I got a return on Amazon for a R&B fake book, which is a book that teaches how you can fake music sounds like how to where you're playing it.
Okay.
When considering buying it, I didn't notice that none of the songs have a bass clef. So
Wow.
that is one of those. I don't know what a bass clef is. I would have sent him a picture of one of the pieces of sheet music and said, I don't know, this is what it is.
I didn't tell you I got a guy returning an adult magazine. It's like mid to late 60s. Like it's a rare issue, but it's like, say it's issue number 7.
Yeah.
He said it was a reprint. And like, okay, no one's reprinting any of this stuff, let alone the number 1 issue from the 60s. It could be a low grade copy. Maybe maybe it's cheap paper. I don't know. Like he showed me, it did look a little dark, but certainly not reprinted by any means.
No, right.
It makes me laugh sometimes. That's all. Just return it. That's all. If you don't like it, return it.
I put something in my cart and I tried to buy it. And literally, this is all that it said. This seller is taking a break. Like, what?
I wish I could say that.
What? I went back into my cart a couple of days later and the item was still there. I clicked on it and it said the seller was on vacation. So apparently that's now what they do for vacation. Like they would usually say you can still purchase this, but delay in shipping. Nope, the seller is taking a break is what it was saying now. Mr. Magazine had a problem, and it is a problem. We figured out what happened. Guy ordered December Playboy and got it, and then was complaining because he didn't get the September Playboy. But we figured out what happened is the picture was of September, but the write-up was from December. And that's always a problem over on Amazon with the stock photos.
Always a problem.
He thinks he's buying one thing, you think you're shipping a different thing because we see the description and it says December 1978 or whatever.
Well, the 2 things. One, they never ask what it is. Like if you knew there's a difference between the picture and the title, something's wrong. They never ask, and then it's a 50-50 shot. We seem to lose every time.
Well, here's the thing.
Sending the wrong one.
Well, here's the thing. You're going to send because you don't see the picture when you fulfill the order.
Right.
So you see September, you see December, you're sending December.
No, when they do look it up, though, we usually send the picture. Like if my guy, if a guy has to look it up, we do prefer because that's what people see on Amazon. Oh, I see that picture. I want, Suzanne Summers cover, whatever.
Right. Well, the other problem is you contact them and they never reach back out to you.
Right. Yeah.
Choice of no sales referring to buyers will be on vacation until. Okay. Yeah, it was just the first time I'd ever seen it before where it said the seller is taking a break. I'd never seen that before. This one made me laugh out loud. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it could be a language barrier. I'm not really sure. Mr. Magazine was selling some NFL game day programs. Person wanted to buy 6 programs. What would that weigh, Mr. Magazine? 3 pounds, 3.5 pounds?
Probably 4 packed.
4 pounds packed up?
Yeah.
He wanted to buy 6 of them, wanted combined shipping. His question, where other was, what would the freight charge be? And that just made me laugh because when I think freight charge, I think you're sending in a train or a big truck or something.
On a pallet, something gigantic, yeah.
So you've got a pallet with 6 magazines strapped down on the pallet.
Exactly,
It'd be like $800, or I could priority it to you for $12. Up to you. I don't care. That one made me laugh pretty hard there. Mr. Magazine had a situation where person bought Mail magazine. He bought 4 issues of them. Mm-hmm. One of them had what he wanted in it. So he's sending the other 3 back. He basically was on a fishing expedition and goes, one of these magazines has what I want, and bought 4 of them and returning 3 of them. And that's one of those deals where I told Mr. Magazine, put his name on a list, don't sell to him again because you lost money.
I did tell him 25% restocking fee, and he was okay with it.
Oh, okay.
Surprisingly. Because we get a lot of those people that are like, they're either reselling it and then their buyer doesn't want it or something, or they're copying it or reading and using it. So like I tell them, from now on, 25% restocking.
Okay. Yep. That's kind of crazy on that. And then I had an issue where I bought a card for the set that I'm working on. 5 days, no shipping. I checked and he promised shipping within 4 days. So I'm like, that doesn't work very well. I reached out 2 days later. He said, I'm out of the country and I forgot to note that. I'm like, well, you saw my order come through 5 days ago. You could have reached out to me at that point. You don't necessarily have to say he's on taking a break. You can
Right.
reach out to the buyer anyway and say, hey, there's a bit of a problem. Then he said I could cancel, but then he also bought postage on it. I said, yeah, cancel. Haven't heard back from him, so it's supposed to arrive tomorrow. It won't arrive tomorrow, and I'll put an item not received claim on him. People are clowns. Communication is the key to reselling. 9 pocket pages are getting very, very difficult to find out there if you are in the sports card world. Mr. Magazine asked me to buy a case for him. The only case available on eBay as of a couple of days ago was from Australia with $100 and some shipping on it. So I know Mr. Magazine was going to reach out to a couple of people. How did that go?
It has not gone well yet. I kind of put it on the back burner, but
communication is the key to reselling.
And I was getting ready to answer that question, say, well, I used to be bad at it. Now I'm good at it. But I guess I can't say through that out the window.
We have a question for you there.
I started doing the restocking with just, I have good customers, but the return, they'll spend $200-$300. They're like, oh, geez, I already have 3 of those. Or the guy I'm selling to doesn't want that one anymore. And I go, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I go, I appreciate the business, but when you do that, now I have to pay my employees to open the package, put the items back on the shelf, relist the items. I go, it does cost me time and money. And I don't know who's copying things and using them and returning them anyway. So I go, I have to charge you 25%, and he was happy most of the time. This last time he wanted to cancel something. And I think it was a day after my surgery and it got lost in the mix and my employee sent it out. So he was a little upset, like he didn't want to pay the restocking. And I said, we'll just split it because we're both losing out on this anyways. He was fine with that. But some people, I will tell them like, hey, if this happens again, I will not sell to you anymore because it's the same people. Like even with
Right.
the DVDs, some people have problems with DVDs not working. And if it's cheap, $5-$6, I just refund them. It's not worth the headache. But then if it's like $20 or more, I don't care what it is, you got to return it, but it just becomes frustrating. So I do charge the restocking fee,
All right. Yeah, definitely. Oops, got somebody new coming
All
in.
right. Midwest Picker, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing, Midwest? I saw a video that you have a video out that you put up the other day that came through on my feed that I've been meaning to watch. And the road to hell is paved with good intentions. I will track that down. It sounded real interesting though. So do check Midwest Picker out if you haven't already. He's been on our show before as well. Forget what it was, but it sounded really interesting. I'll find it. I'll watch it the next day or two. I did do offers on the phone when I was over in Adirondacks. It's actually not that bad to do over there with the phone. I'd never tried that before.
No, it's not bad.
Someone else, one of the subscribers tried to counter offer on the phone, and their counter offer was in pound sterling.
Cool.
So apparently they picked up an English signal while they were doing that.
Yeah, see what it's really worth.
Mr. Magazine actually did a little bit of research for the show, stunningly. He sent me something or other from Instagram where a Red Sox jersey that was found buried under Yankee Stadium of David Ortiz sold for $175,000.
I did not read the article, and I kind of remember this a while back. I don't know when it originally happened or was talk about it. It has to be game worn by Ortiz. There's no way it's just like some fan threw it under there and they're paying that, right?
I didn't read the article.
Yeah, it has to be worn by Ortiz. It just has to be.
But you know what I was thinking?
What's that?
So that jersey is worth $175,000 because of the story behind it. And it was buried at Yankee Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
What's Jimmy Hoffa worth?
Not as much as Cleopatra, but a lot.
Well, when they dig up the Meadowlands and they find Jimmy Hoffa, they'll be able to sell him. You see what those, what was it, $30 million we were talking last week for
the dinosaur
skeleton? What's a Jimmy Hoffa skeleton? Full skeleton go for?
$5 million.
Right?
Some crazy people that collects
stuff like that. Will have it
Charles Manson stuff might want that. Or
they'll have it sitting in the corner of their house or something. Some museum will buy it.
People,
set it up with so it waves when you walk into the house or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Who knows? The National Sports Card Show is happening in Chicago, and Comic-Con happened a couple of weeks ago. Is it me, Mr. Magazine, or is there not the buzz on these things that there was a few years back?
Well, I think what's happening since COVID, and especially with sports cards, that it's becoming like automobiles. It's a rich man's hobby now. Like people tinker with the cheap stuff, but everything you hear online, all this, was a $100,000 card. There's another new one out with the Jordan Kobe's going for, what did I send you the picture?
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
it's a logo, man. Jordan Kobe. It's 3.5 million with 26 days left. Like, that could go as high as a Honus Wagner. Like, it's getting insane. But I think it's the rich of the rich dealers and the rich breakers and the rich hobby buyers. That's all it is now. You know what I mean? And then there's everyone else buying the $5 and $10 blasters and stuff. So I think it's gotten way out of hand. I feel the only stuff that should be worth 6 figures or more is the vintage stuff, really. Because, and I showed you that one rookie. I never even heard of this one rookie for baseball. He did a pitcher, I think, $50,000 one of one. Like, it's its best, rarest card. But, like, how many of these guys are 50 grand that are going to be nothing in 10 years?
Right.
You know, one guy, the Paul Skeens, he had $1 million card already. I mean,
right.
It's just crazy. I mean, that's all you hear about. And those are the 1%ers, you know, and those are the 1% dealers that are owning the hobby at this point, you know. And so it's really got out of hand.
Well, even San Diego Comic-Con, I've been there many times, but it's been a number of years since I went. But it was like a big thing. I'm questioning whether the hype isn't there, or if maybe my feed isn't the same and I don't see it. Maybe I've gotten busier doing other things, so I don't pay attention.
Right.
I don't know. Don't really know on that.
Yep.
Stormtrooper helmet from New Hope. Did you see that, Mr. Magazine?
I heard about it. I don't know what it went for.
$256,000.
It's good stuff. How about the Vader saber? Did we already do that one?
We did that last week. Yeah.
What did they go for?
3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yep. A couple of other people in there.
All right, we got here.
Woolly mammoth tusks are not as valuable as you think. I had no idea. Heifers, no skeleton left. They chopped them up meat processing plant, supposedly. Well, that would make the skeleton even rarer.
That's true. Yeah.
You got to piece it together.
Yeah.
Nice. Yep. So I'm up to 1% buy box on Amazon. So happy about that. All right. We're into our main subject. Communication is the key to reselling.
Take it away.
What we have here is failure to communicate.
Correct. Yes. Guns N' Roses. Good job. Anyways, I think I'm learning this the last few years more so than anything in my personal life and in business, that communication is very important. A lot of problems people have in life is communicating. And I think a lot of that is because of the phone. You know, everyone's texting instead of talking. So texts are, you know, perceived a certain way. It seems like they're always perceived as negative when, you know, you're just trying to get your point across or something like that. Or people don't communicate at all, which causes a problem. I have some employees that aren't really good with communicating on their phones or even in person.
Another problem, and I don't mean to interrupt you,
yeah,
but another problem with the phone is sometimes with the text and a text chain, you've got 2 or 3 different ideas going back and forth.
Yeah.
And I'm answering the question that you just answered, but I'm not a fast enough typist.
Right.
And you ask another question and I type back yes, because I'm answering. Well, I'm a very slow typist, but it takes me a long time to type yes. But I send back and you're reading that answer to question 2 that you asked.
Yeah. Right.
You asked 2 questions.
Right.
And I said yes.
Yeah. If I do that, I try and number them like that, 1, 2, and 3. But yeah, we have some employees that don't communicate at all. They don't respond back. And, you know, I'm very fortunate because all my employees very rarely ever take responsibility. It's never their fault, which drives me crazy because it's hard to make them better, or it's hard to stop. You know, I want to make them more efficient because they make a lot of mistakes that, in my opinion, are unnecessary just because they're in a hurry. They're not double checking things, you know, and I'll put like all my packers in this thread because we don't know who made the mistake, but one of the packers did. And I'll say, hey, we have to double check this stuff. They printed this order and it went to the wrong guy. Why is that? You know, and to me, it's nothing but a headache because 1 is bad business with the customer, and 2, they're returning it. I can't swap the item out because eBay's going to refund them, and it's just a headache. And it happens a lot. It happens more so lately than it has in years, but I just think communication, even with my family or friends and this and that, like, you know, hey, let's meet out or something, and then they're not communicating back, or they're very vague in their communication. So the more specific you are, whether you're verbally talking to someone or texting, I think is key, especially in business. If you're doing a deal, obviously you want to be specific on what you're looking at so there's no mistakes. Hey, what am I buying? You know, just like the guys that I bought the truckload from that had 4,000 adult magazines in the van. Well, he goes, what do you pay on these? I go, well, and he told me all these decent titles. I go, if you got these titles, I could pay $2 a piece. You know, I could get $8,000. I went to the bank, got $8,000. They show up and it's 60% Playboys. So, and he drove from Buffalo, and he wasn't very happy, and it was his own fault. And I just said, hey, if you had told me you have this many Playboys, I would have told you right off the bat, you're getting less than half. And I think I ended up giving. He said he claims he paid $2,000 for everything. Then I gave him $2,200, just to make him happy. He wanted to make a couple hundred for the time and his partner or whatever. But again, if he communicated, he would have maybe not sold it to me, or known ahead of time that, hey, this stuff isn't that good because there's a lot of Playboys. Because a lot of people think Playboys are junk, which they are very common. Other people think it's a gold mine because they read those sites or the graded sites with the Seinfeld, and it's all, BS. But that's all I can tell you at this point. But I am better communicating. I'm not 100% better, but I was horrible many years ago, and I think Paperboy can contest to that.
I will certainly say you were horrible years ago. I will 100% say that, via typing, texting, then verbally. Okay, yeah, and that's another thing too. Don raises a good point. People have different skill sets. Yeah. I'm very, very good at typing.
Well, email is better because yes. I mean, you could type a lot more and be more specific. Where texting, you're kind of like, quickly.
Well, I can touch type, and I can do an email. I can send you a long email that tells you anything that you need to know.
Yeah.
I can't write you a very good letter because I can't write. My handwriting is atrocious. So you do not want me writing you a letter. I can communicate via letter. You're not going to be able to read it.
Right.
Text. No, I'm not very good at it because I'm still a finger texter. I just am. I don't know how people do that with their thumbs. I can't do that.
I'm horrible. I have to keep backspacing and changing the letters around.
I can talk. I don't know if you've ever noticed that, Mr. Magazine.
Yeah.
I can talk. I can communicate through talking, but we all have different ways. And if my perfect way of communicating is talking, and I'm not, and no disrespect to anybody whatsoever, Mr. Magazine, God forbid, tomorrow becomes deaf. That's not going to work. It's just not going to work because he can't hear me at that point. Or I could be the best speaker in the world. If I'm speaking English and they're not a native English speaker, they speak, Spanish only. Doesn't matter how good of a communicator I am in English, because they're still not going to get it. And that's a lot of times what people are doing is they're talking by each other, or they're not speaking the same language. And I learned that in my day job because I dealt with everybody. And I know I mentioned this when I was talking with Mysterious Benefactor on the interview show. I dealt with everybody from insurance agents to lawyers to accountants to roofers to Spanish guys that didn't speak the language to Chinese restaurant owners who barely spoke the language. I couldn't speak the same way to all of them because I can explain the nuances of the insurance policy at a high level to the insurance agent. I can do that with the Chinese restaurant owner. They don't want to hear it. They want to just know what do they owe and why do they owe it. That's all they want. They don't want to know the history of the workers' comp law. They have no interest in it. And that's what good communication is, getting the point across that needs to get across to the person in a way that they'll understand it. But so many of the problems that I find are lack of communication. I'm going to give an example. I got an email from somebody on Amazon, and tell me how this person could have handled things better, Mr. Magazine.
Okay.
I was going to buy 6 comics from you, but full shipping is charged for each comic. No combined shipping. So if I order, I'll expect that each comic will be separately shipped in its own package, no combining or shipping together, since that's how I'm being charged. What would be a better way of communicating with me?
I would say, I see that I'm being charged 6 times. Is there any way of combining them or refunding me the difference?
Absolutely. That would be a positive way to do it. Hey, I'm getting this. Can we work this out? If I buy all 6, can I get a as opposed to, I expect that I'm going to see. You've come at me full force for no reason.
Right.
I'm a reasonable person. I don't know how many feedback I have on Amazon. I've been selling for 20 years. What, 7?
Yeah.
7 feedback on, or how many more feedback you get on Amazon? I've been on there for, you can see I've sold tons of items.
Right. But obviously they don't mind paying the 6 shipping as long as you're not making money off them, combining it and then charging the 6 shipping.
Yeah, exactly. And so I responded back. I said, or I have an alternate plan. You can buy, I'll ship them all together, and I'll refund you some shipping back.
Yeah.
That would work out better for both of us.
And sadly, Amazon doesn't pay us enough on the multiple stuff either. So it's not like you're really getting 5 shippings back. You might be getting half the price total of what they're paying, something like that.
Question there for you.
All right. So if you're holding the black sealed Playboy, as you're going to read it in the sealed bag, on the bottom of the spine is where they have the month and year. And I think there's a white or a clear spot on the backside that you can kind of pull it a little bit so you can see the month and year. Sometimes you can't because it may be black back there. So we actually tear it a little bit just so we can see what it is, which doesn't really bring the price down. It's still sealed. And then, or where the address is on the white spot in the middle, sometimes it may have the date it was shipped or something, or it was printed or something like that. So
there you go. One thing about communication is often missed as well as the listening part. That does help as well. It does help as well. Yes, your mama is very bright, Jackie Jack. Your mama is very bright. Yep. No, you're right on that as well. And the guy earlier that I mentioned, who was out of the country, communicate it. I find that 90%, I would say probably 90% is due to poor communication. Either
negatives in general, really, because we've been on eBay 30 years and these people still think we're trying to rip them off.
Yeah. And again, reach out to people, ask. If you don't understand, don't be that person. There are a lot of people out there that do this, to just shake their head. Okay. To go along to get along. Okay. And they don't know what they're signing up for. It doesn't mean you're dumb because you're asking a question. It doesn't mean that whatsoever because you don't understand. If you don't understand, you don't understand. And there were times in my day job when I would be talking and I could tell they weren't hearing me. And I so bad wanted to say, and you're not going to do anything that I just told you to do. And I can come back in a year and you're going to have the same exact problem because you're really not listening to me and you're not going to change anything, are you? Because I knew that they wouldn't.
Yeah.
I could just tell. I had to go through the motions.
Mm-hmm.
I had to tell them what to do because that was part of my job. But I just tell they didn't have the time to listen to me. They didn't want to listen to me. They didn't want to hear what I was saying. Happens, you do what you have to do on it. That gentleman there that gave me the neutral feedback, I communicated the condition in the condition box. It's where it's supposed to be. He didn't read it there. Strike one, he didn't read it there. He gets the item. You reach out. You say, hey, did you know there was a crease in the bottom corner? I just got it. I was kind of surprised to see that. I would then reach back out. Yes, I did note that in the condition box. It says that over there. You can fully return it, free returns for a full refund. There you go. The problem would have been solved. No neutral feedback would have been left. Hopefully he would have been somebody that said, yeah, it was there. Okay, right. I didn't see that. Yeah. That's on me. Hopefully he would have been that person. Or he would have returned it and then wouldn't have left the neutral.
Or retracted the neutral.
Well, you should have contacted me before you put it in neutral.
Yeah.
As far as that goes. So communicate, work on your communication skills as best you can. And you're always going to have some problem with people no matter what. There are always going to be people that aren't listening. There are going to be people out there that don't hear you, don't want to hear you, whatever it is. Before you hand money over, as Mr. Magazine said, make sure you know there have been times before where I'm looking around and you're buying this stuff. Okay. It looks, what exactly am I buying? Where does what I'm buying start and stop? And I've always been pleasantly surprised in those situations because they're like, well, you got that stuff over there on that table too. I'm like, oh, it was a good deal before I even saw that table. Right. But you want to make sure that you know, so I don't pay thinking I'm getting that table. And he's like, that table's not part of it.
Right. Exactly.
Why would that be part of it? So yeah, communication is the key. Work on your skills. Unfortunately, not everybody will. And as Dawn said, I think a lot of it has to do with the technology. Mr. Magazine said a lot of it has to do with the phones. People have lost that ability.
Yeah.
And don't want to paint with too broad of a brush, but certain people of a certain age, of a certain generation, seem to have shorter attention spans. Could be because of the phones. Who knows what it is? You have somebody like that, get to the point. Don't get into I guess what I'm saying, Mr. Magazine, if tomorrow you hire an 18-year-old kid to start working, don't give them a 3-hour dissertation before they start listing.
Right.
Hit the points and
Yeah.
stick them in front of the computer.
Sure. Yeah.
As far as that goes.
For sure.
So hopefully that helps you a little bit. And time for the rambling story of the week. So I was up in the Adirondacks this past week, Mr. Magazine.
Mm-hmm.
I had we went to this delightful little cafe in Long Lake. You could sit outside in it. In fact, the picture of, I don't know if did you see what did you think of it? I'm not even going to ask if you saw it because I know you did. What did you think of the picture that I posted?
I heard about it from my wife, but I did not see it.
Which one was it?
Some fancy background or something, like some. Were you by a building or something, or like a sun in the background or something?
Yeah, not that one.
Okay.
No, the one where they had this gigantic, you know what an Adirondack chair is?
Yep.
They had this giant Adirondack chair that was about 5 times the size of a normal Adirondack chair.
Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah.
So I'm sitting in this.
Yeah, where do they have one? I've seen a couple of them. Yeah, those are cool.
So I was sitting in that over there. So I was out behind the cafe and all that. So they had, we were getting breakfast, and I like to try things that I've never tried before.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a coffee drink there. It was on the coffee thing, and I go, what is this? So the lady came up, and I said, what is this? She goes, well, I go, actually, don't tell me. I'll order it. And she looked at me like I was crazy and said, what? I said, yeah, I'll take it. She goes, you don't want to know what it is? I said, I have this theory. And my theory is that you did not put it on the menu in the hopes that I would show up, and you then are going to trick me and go, ha, 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 that guy ordered it. I said, I'm sure it's good because it's on your menu. So I'll take it. She goes, okay. Because apparently that's not the way normal people think.
No.
She brought it by. What it was a ice, orange juice, and 2 shots of espresso.
Okay.
So orange juice and espresso.
Yeah.
And I mixed it all up and I drank it, and it was okay. I wouldn't order it again, but it was okay.
Okay.
And I'm glad that I tried that. So then we're walking around the town, and they had a seaplane. And Miss Paperboy goes, let's do that. I don't do well on boats.
Mm-hmm.
So by extension, I wouldn't do well sitting in a plane that's rocking back and forth. And we ended up doing it, $80 a person,
Ooh.
20-minute flight.
Ooh. But it's those ones that it's a plane, but also it goes on the water.
Yeah, they takes off from the water. Yep.
Yeah.
The pontoons or whatever there.
All right, cool.
Takes off from the water, flew around the Adirondacks. This thing looked like it was about 1945. Loud as anything.
Wright brothers built it.
Loud as anything. Guy's got to scream, and to the left is Tupper Lake. And I'm going, okay. He's got to yell over it. Tiny little thing, tiny little plane over there. Thing that concerned me was, and I don't know what they're supposed to give you, no life jacket, no parachute. I don't know.
How high? I don't think they would go very high, right?
It was above the trees.
Okay.
High enough that if it crashed, I'm landing in the water.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Wow.
And
how do they not have any life vests?
There was nothing. No, that surprised the heck out of me. Didn't make me seatbelt, but yeah, no life vest, no nothing. And as we were flying around up there, Miss Paperboy's got her camera, taking the pictures out the window. Oh, this is great. This is great. She looks back. I got cold sweat going. I'm grabbing onto the street.
Yeah, I don't know if I would like that either. I don't know.
She goes, how are you doing? I go, this is wonderful. This is wonderful.
I mean, like you said, it could crash. I mean, if it crashed with the pontoons like that, you're good because you're going to float. But anything else, you're in trouble.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So
I mean, how fast was he going? Unless he wasn't going very fast, and
he's got to go fast enough to get up in the air,
right? Yeah,
he's got to be. I can't read the gauges, but yeah, he was going pretty fast.
I don't think I would like that without any life vests. I mean, did you have to sign a waiver or anything like that?
No. What's the song?
What the heck?
You have to sign a waiver. I'm thinking of the song, but yeah. So if you're in the Adirondacks, there are only 2 seaplanes in the entire Adirondacks, and one is in Long Lake. So now you know. It's a lot of fun. Thank you all for coming on by. Fun show tonight as well. So you're kind of taking a hiatus from Whatnot, or when are your Whatnot shows?
Oh, geez. So we're going to have one this weekend with James. We're raising our prices just because there's some fishy stuff going on, in my opinion. But anyway, we're raising our price. I got a good collection and better stuff. So it's going to be $3 starts. It's going to be 6 hours Saturday, 6 hours Sunday, but then he's going to be off the next weekend. And then Alicia will be back on probably the week after next. She'll be Monday through Friday. And then we might start with comics. We're almost done with. We're almost out of comics to list or to sell. And so then I think we're going to hit 45s because I got that 45 collection on Thursdays and see how that goes. But I'm going to cherry pick the stuff. Now that I'm feeling better, I can move around, move some boxes, and so I can start saving them time because they were spending a lot of their time prepping stuff where I usually do it. So I'll pull out better stuff, hopefully. So we'll see what happens.
Nice. And of course, I've got my usual Whatnot shows. I'll be in Mayville this weekend buying out a dealer, apparently. So that stuff will be coming to Whatnot as well. Thank you to everybody who is a member. If you've not joined yet, give it a try. A lot of videos back there. We just shot one today, as a matter of fact. A real interesting one, I think. We brought Mr. Magazine back behind the paywall, kicking and screaming, dragged him back there. So do have a lot of videos back there as well. We do appreciate all of you. I think we give really, really good content back there. And again, consultation is available. If you are interested, just reach out to me. And as the people who I have consulted with will tell you, you get way more because I keep bothering you. Hey, have you done this yet? Have you done this yet? Hey, how's this going? How's this going? You have me bothering you day and night, making sure that you are on track. And that's no charge on that part of it, of course, because I want you all to succeed out there. So if you are interested in consultation, do reach out. If you could hit the like button, I also would appreciate that. And we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.